Yeah, I guess one of the first things that kind of occurs to me is that, like, I guess with trumpet, there's a lot of, with a lot of wind instruments, you have the ability to go pitched and non-pitched and
Yeah.
texture and noise and all this. But with trumpet in particular, you can go very percussive, you know, in a way that like is maybe perhaps different from, let's say, like a flute or something like that, or like where
Yeah.
you can't get the same kind of stuff. So I guess I was just thinking in terms of when you're playing in a sort of a context, maybe, or like a free improv context, or like a non tune-based context, how do you think about like moving between whether you're sort of playing pitched material or whether you're doing percussive material or whether you're doing noisy material? Are they different instruments in your brain? Like, how do you move between these kind of
Nice.
things?
Okay, so I always try to play like as a trumpet player, but who doesn't play trumpet
Right.
in terms of like playing notes and scales and in the classical stuff. And especially in this, I mean, it depends band from band or people from people, because, for example, I'm more happy and more more confidence if I play like a lot of known pitch things with you, because your instrument is more like a percussion thing and a lot of small sounds like the cymbals, and I always try to push me forward in terms of okay, so I can do this, I can't do this, I can imitate these sounds, I can do this thing very precisely, I can play in this upper register, I can play in the lower register. I'm always trying to compensate. I mean, I don't know if it's the perfect word, but I'm trying to compensate I mean, if you are up, I'm down.
Yeah,
if you are doing noisy things, I'm trying to do a lot of different things. Because in my mind, my only rule, for example, it's like what the music needs. Because this kind of music is it can be very boring, but at the same time very precise and different from moment to moment. Because you can do like one texture in 1 second, and in the next frame or in the next seconds you can do a lot of different things. So I'm always thinking about, okay, let's do this and let's see what's going on. Or maybe I have the first texture in my mind, and then I decide, okay, I go this way or I go this way. It depends a little bit how the things is or how the music is going or is playing. I don't know. It's more like a background exercise or a homework exercise to sit here and play. Then let's see what is playing. Okay, he's playing this. So I have my own background, and I know most of the things that I play, but sometimes I try to do a lot of different things. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting to kind of hear. And I guess, like, with that, how does that work with, I mean, you have 2 mutes.
Yeah.
But, like, how did you deal with that in terms of, like, okay, so something's happening and there's a moment, and then, like, okay, something changes suddenly, or you want to, like, okay, let's do this different change. Like, obviously you can't go, like, certain things can't happen instantly. So, like, do you, like, when you change preparations or you change tech, I mean, you didn't take a mouthpiece, but like, if you do a drastic change to your instrument, like, what makes you think to do that? Is it always responsive? Like, is it like, okay, that's interesting, let me go grab this?
Yeah.
Or are you like, okay, let me grab this, and like, am I going to use it or not?
Yeah, or most of the time it's like, oh, I'm going to use the mute right now, to suggest something different.
Okay.
Because when I put the mute, the sound it's really nice. It's really different.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of possibilities that are not allowed with with the mouth with the
just open.
Yeah, just open. And yeah, most of the time I just try to I have these two mutes, and now let's see what happens. Because I don't have to use it, but I really I like to use it to use mute specific these two, because they offer me a lot of possibilities in terms of range, in terms of sounds. I can, for example, with the harmon mute, I can play sounds more like sharp and harsh. And with the plunger, I can play a little bit more like circle sounds. I don't know how to describe like the circle sounds, but something like yeah. And one more thing that at least for me it's important because it's the way I think when I play improv music. It's like I don't use pedals often. Because I try to explore all the instruments without. I mean, I'm my thing is like, or it's like playing all the crazy things that I can do without pedals and without nothing. It's just with mouthpiece and the regular trumpets. Yeah, without altering the form of of the playing, and the trumpet.
Yeah, I mean, even on the question of that, because I hadn't really ever thought of that. Like, it's something that, so my first instrument was piano and then later guitar. And piano specifically, and then to a certain extent guitar, like when you begin a note, your job is done. Like, unless I'm inside the piano, I can you can change articulation, all this, but once you start a note, the timbre and the piano is responsible for that. With guitar, you can do some stuff, but it's similar. Whereas, like, let's say, like a bowed instrument or with many blown instruments, you can affect timbre afterwards. Yeah. But with trumpet, I guess without some kind of, so like you said, like with the plunger mute, obviously you can do like all these like blah, 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 like all that kind of timbre shaping like that. But I guess you can't do a lot of that without that. Like you can change your embouchure and do some stuff, but like not as like.
I mean, it depends. I can, for example, if I play one clear note, I can change the pitch, I can change the sound, I can change the way that the note sounds. For example, I can do flutter zone with I can do and the sound it's become a little bit more noisy and more not beautiful. You have a lot of possibilities with your mouth and your tongue. So you can do a lot of different combinations with inside of your mouth, for example, because I can do like it's the same way that you sing. You can I mean, at least I explore a little bit the voice and how I can apply this on my instruments.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, because it's something that, like, you do have a lot of tone shaping, but you also, I don't know why that's doing that. You can also like adjust the acoustic sound also with like with the mutes and stuff like that in a way that, like, I guess with the piano you can do prepared piano or something like that. But even then, like,
but you have to prepare.
And
here or with trumpet, you don't have to necessarily prepare the trumpet. You already be prepared. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's interesting because with like a lot of percussion stuff, it's similar, but like in the same way that, like, I can begin an event and then it's sort of the event I can kind of shape it a little bit, but like I can't, like, I mean, well, the hi-hat's super dry right now, but like if I play the drum open, I can kind of muffle it. I'm going to mute that. If I play the head open, I can kind of muffle it a bit, but I can't do like the equivalent of a mute, like like sounds like that, like or not part of like a lot of the acoustic vocabulary for the instruments I have now. I guess with some other instruments that can be the case, but it's interesting to kind of think about the extensions, but in this case, like acoustic extensions, or specifically focusing on trying to do a lot with just the acoustic things. Because there's a lot of people, I'm sure you've seen, that like have trumpets up with like, you know, all kinds of stuff on it, and electronics, or just effects coming out of it. Like obviously there's an infinite world that you can kind of do there.
But my rule, it's like just the trumpet and me and all my crazy noises. Yeah, it's nice.
Do you get into like taking things off? Like
most of the times I remove the bulbs and the mouthpiece, because when you do these kind of things, you have a lot of different sounds, and or for example, you have like one sound and then you have a lot of subcategories of this sound. So it's a thing to explore, especially when you are playing improv music and not free jazz. Because when I'm playing free jazz, it's improv, of course, but it's different. It's not like very exploratorium in terms of instruments and sounds. It's more in terms of language and interplaying. I mean, we are interplaying a lot, but it's different.
Yeah, for sure.
It's different, Yeah, I don't know, but most of the times I try to imitate the sounds that you or the other person are playing, and I try to this is the sound that I want.
Which I think there were some interesting moments where like when I asked about this sort of like kind of percussive sounds. 'Cause I think there were some really cool moments where like I had a lot of these kind of short, very timbre shifting sounds, and you were kind of in a similar space. And I think in the room it's different, but I'm curious like with the recording, because here I can hear you coming from you, and I can hear me coming from me and the speakers from my left. Whereas in the recording, it's all kind of mixed together. So I think in the video it might be even more combined, because like you can't tell where sounds are coming from. So things like that I kind of really find fascinating, like because like you're a musician, I'm a musician, I have extensions and you have extensions, and then both the acoustic parts and you don't have electronic parts, but I guess your extended techniques and the sort of the electronic extensions here kind of all sort of fuse into like...
It's like one sound.
I
really like, it was, I'm saying like in 10 minutes ago, it's like I only think about one sound, and it's like one sound, a lot of layers. It doesn't matter if it is the trumpet who is playing the different layers, but it's just all about sound and the way that you as a listener feels. You feel the sound.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Nice.
Shall we play a bit more?
Yeah, sure. Now I'm gonna start with harmony mute.
Yeah. If you'd like to support the making of these videos, please join our Patreon. The link is in the description below. Thanks for watching.